this reclassification of school properties, which is creating quite a bit of confusion as well. Let's try and get a sense of what this actually means. I'm joined by Anne Baker from the National Alliance of Independent Schools Association. Anne, good morning. Good to have you with us. Just help me understand when we talk about a proposal to reclassify school properties, and this is not a rezoning of schools. Let's just clarify that first. Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers. Well, in contrary to what you just said, it has happened already. It is not a plan. The 2022-23 Property Rates Bill reclassified private schools, colleges and universities as businesses and is rating them accordingly. So from the 1st of July, the schools have already received the bill. That is a huge increase. So that is what's happened. And what we've done is we've really pleaded for a meeting with the Executive Mayor to no avail. And at the moment, we are considering our plan. AfriForum and Advitech already took the city of Joburg to court, but not quite on the same grounds of our complaint.
So nothing yet from Mpho Phalatse, the Executive Mayor of Joburg, for the moment. So, of course, we're going to try and follow up as well, see if we can't get some comment to this as well. And help me understand as well, what would this mean? You're talking about the first bills have arrived and we're going to see increases for the schools. I imagine that translates to increases for the parents as well, won't it?
Well, the big concern is that the independent sector has a wide range of schools, from low fee independent schools, obviously, to the high fee independent schools. And this is actually what concerns us. The low fee schools cannot sustain the increase as it stands right now. So an example would be an independent school in Soweto, whose rates are currently 700 Rand per month, are expected to pay 63,799 Rand, which even with the 25% discount, which they offer if you apply for it, is an increase of 40,000 Rand a month. Now, for a school with very low school fees, you can understand that they would have to increase their fees enormously. I would go so far as to say this will mean the closure of quite a lot of schools in Johannesburg.
When we talk about the closures, how soon are we talking if the situation isn't handled by the Joburg mayor? Will we be at least, and I'm not suggesting this is the way to go, Anne, of course, could it at least last until the end of the year to get through exams, or are we talking immediate closure of these schools?
No, not immediate, because the AfriForum case did instruct the city of Johannesburg not to do debt collection until a case in November that they have taken. But in the meantime, schools are very concerned that they would have to increase the fees next year. And as I say, that if it closed schools, it would mean that children will have to go into the state system, because every child is entitled to be in the state system. And as we know, Gauteng is already overstretched for schools. They need better. They need more schools. Every year they have more applications than are available.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be an immediate closure at all.
I see as well, while this court application is ongoing, I see an article here, the city of Joburg not going to take any credit control action, i.e. if the school hasn't paid, they're not going to penalise them. But I suppose the problem is that while the court action is undergoing, if it is still pushed through, there could be massive bills in back payments that these schools are going to have to fork out as well. So that doesn't really solve your problem, does it?
No, not at all, not at all. One of the big things we need to understand is that many schools are what's called public benefit organizations according to the SARS Act. And this allows them to apply for discounts for rates in most cities in the country. Changing the school from education to business is part of the problem. The schools no longer can apply for the public benefit organization status as they used to. So it's a bit of a dilemma. One wonders what has made them do this when schools can't possibly be businesses that, well, that's not true. Some schools may well be businesses, but the majority of schools are not for profit.
If the mayor is listening and watching this morning, I know the Joburg mayor does watch our show regularly, what would you tell the mayor if you were able to get her on the phone right now?
Please, can we come and sit down with you and talk about this problem? NAISA believes in collaboration and negotiation, not in having this sort of blank wall of silence. I would go so far as to say we plead with the mayor to please meet with us so that we can help her understand what this means.
And what is the call from parents at this point as well? Because I imagine many of them are panicking, and as well as I start saying goodbye to you, they must have raised concerns saying that even if a school itself was able to absorb some of the cost to keep their doors open, we could see a reduction in the quality of education as well. What are parents saying to you? I'm sure you've had many parents worried about this.
No, to date we haven't had parents coming forward that I know of. But we will have to make decisions fairly shortly around school fee increases and the future of schools. So parents really do need to be aware of this, and perhaps that would help the city of Joburg to listen. Because of the Advitech AfriForum court case, they claim the sub judice rule, but we are not in conflict with them. So talking to us can only help resolve a very serious crisis.
Well, I certainly hope that it's the talking that will solve this in the end. I appreciate your time this morning. Anne Baker, National Alliance of Independent Schools Association. She is an executive committee member waiting for response from Executive Mayor of Joburg, Mpho Palatse.